So hey, how you doing? We are here making lunch. We are working on a bunch of different stuff. There's some leftover chicken that's going to go in the stock. We're making some soup. Here's the big old stock pot. Here's the stuff that's inside already. What do you got in there, Brad? What's inside the soup so far?
Tons of vegetables, salt, oil. There's going to be cumin. There's going to be pepper. There's going to be beer. There's going to be chicken, and there's going to be beans.
Very nice.
So just a protein-packed.
Which is what we need right now. We need some protein. I am over here rinsing off some beans, getting them ready to go into the pot, getting all the good old bean goo off of them as Brad put it. Here's the chicken broth we're using. And here's the actual leftover chicken from the other night that we're going to use as parts as well. Mike, there's a nice pepper that Mike cut up.
I think we picked this up last
Where's all that garlic you just did?
It's on the stove.
Garlic's on the stove. Oh, garlic's on the stove already with some peppers in it. And that's being, is that just going to be dip?
Yeah, just gonna be dip. We're gonna make some bread, right, Brad?
Absolutely.
Making bread again today?
Yeah.
Fudge, yeah.
Yeah, we make fresh bread here in the house. So we actually have brand eating right out of the oven fresh bread. There's Mike mixing up his organic peanut butter.
What's up? Any peanut butter?
Yeah, so we'll show you the soup when it's done. See you later. Here we are, it's the latest installment of the soup update. Yeah, Brad.
Alright, here's what's going on with the soup. I just carved up a good amount of chicken, which has been sitting around for the past couple days, just kind of soaking up the flavors of the garlic and the parsley that we assembled the other night. But now I've sliced it up and I put it in the stock pot, which you can see right over here. Now, there's also beans in there, which is something that we didn't have before. In a short while, I'm going to add a cheap-ass beer to give it a little bit of punch, a little bit of
that cheap-ass flavor.
A little bit of cheap-ass.
Why not pull a Yingling in there?
Do you want me to put a Yingling in? A Yingling would be tastier. I just didn't want to overstep my bounds and take somebody else's beer.
Take my Yingling.
Okay, a Yingling will be going in there in a short while. Right now, that's all we really have on the soup update, but we'll bring you more. Quick soup update for us before we head out to our gig tonight. Let me turn off this fan. What's going on with the soup here is every element of the soup has been infused into the broth so that now it can all soak up and really maximize the flavor. I have a good feeling that when I turn the soup back on to heat it up when we decide to eat it, I will probably add a little bit more beer maybe, just to give it that kind of punch, that kind of kick that we're looking for, that exquisite flavor profile that can only really come from adding every single ingredient we can find in the house.
A little of the je ne sais quoi.
A little bit of the whatever cheap ass powder is up there. The trick is you add chicken broth and beer and it's going to taste good. That's the rule. That's how soups work. That is our update. We're gonna go rock. I'll tell you more about soup later.
There. What's the soup update? Here's the soup. The soup is heating up.
So
what's the soup
update?
Soup update?
Soup update is the soup came down to room temperature while we were out loading and sound checking. And so, what I have done is I've turned back on the stove to ensure the soup is hot when we eat it. And it will go great with bread. You're gonna love soup with bread.
What do you think?
Soup and bread is like, can't go wrong with that, you know?
You know.
You know.
Soup, bread, and beer. Nothing better.
Hey Julie, could you do me a favor and keystone me real quick?
Oh.
Get me stoned. That's what Daddy.
Dunzo. Dunzo.
Lucky. Almost food time.
Never been so turned on.
I've never been so turned on.
Yeah, we need to get good pictures of that.
Alright, so what we have here is the bread is going into the oven with a wet paper towel so that it can rise for the next 45 minutes to an hour.
Let's see what it looks like.
You ready? Can you handle this, John? Ooh, massive dough. It's going to double in size. So once that happens, we shape it into the shape we want it to go. We score it. We preheat the oven to an even higher temperature. Then we bake it. Then we let it cool, and then we devour it. So that's got to rest. That's got to sit there. So in about 45 minutes to an hour, we'll have twice as much dough. Done! What you can see is that the bread has come out of the oven on its initial rise, and what we are going to do is we are going to start stretching and folding it and shaping it in the appropriate size so that we can put it back into the oven and bake it, bring it to completion. Top it with oats, top it with salt, top it with delicious, and cover it in my love. Gonna get to work now.
Table 5, your pizza's ready.
Table 5 will get no pizza from me. Oh my God, this feels so good. It's so sexy. It's so sexy. This is gonna be a baguette. A delicious baguette. This other one is going to be rustic whole wheat oat. Right now the oven is preheating.
What are you sprinkling on the bread?
Salt. Salt.
Just
That
some
is
salt?
A delicious component to the magic that takes place.
On the bread.
I just steamed the oven
How'd you do that?
by pouring water into it. Because that'll allow for a nice crust. So right now,
Which loaf of bread is that?
that is the one with oats on it.
And what's
And
that?
that's the baguette.
Nice.
So
It's strange that applying water, steam makes the crust. Why is that?
it makes the crust. It helps the bread expand without the crust baking and basically stopping it from rising anymore.
Say that again. So
The steam is going to add moisture to the outer crust. That way the bread on the inside can still expand.
without cracking the crust.
Exactly, without creating like a shell.
So the shell it'll prolong the time before the shell's created, but eventually the shell will get created.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely. I'm
I
gonna
understand that now.
look at this. Look at this. Hear that? That's the sound of a finished loaf of bread right there. Hollow. Hollow, right there. Let me just.
Look at these radishes, there's no color in the radishes.
Look at that, came out clean. That means it's cooked all the way through. Just needs to cool on our, I'll put, say, rack for a couple minutes. And we will have delicious, fresh bread.
And that's all there is to it.
That's all there is to it. Turn this Miami Jamma off. These trays. Bam!
Yeah, that's much better.
How's that bread, Brad?
It's fucking good. We
What are you doing to that?
garlic and oiling it,
Let's see it. Garlic and oil from.
and there's some hot pepper in there.
Nice.
Some serrano.
And then how's the soup doing?
We kind of gave up on the soup updates, but it's delicious.
We didn't really give up on the soup updates. We updated right to the end. Now we're eating it.
Yeah, what more could we want from soup?
How's that bread?
I think the bread is fucking great.
There you have it. The bread is fucking great. True words of wisdom from Mike the Prophet.
Can't help it. Can't deny it.